Okay, it's Monday, January 26th. A little bit of action in the room today. George, was hoping you could take us through it.
Yes, sir. How are you today?
Still got this nasty cough, but I did get a couple trades in on the NQ today.
Oh, good. Yeah, I got one on the NQ and one on the ES. So yeah, let's walk you through it and kind of tell you what we called out today and where we were. So it was sort of true of both of them at the start of the 9:30. So as far as our room is concerned, we get in there every day at 9:20, do a recap of really whatever may happen from the close of yesterday, and of course whatever happened in Globex. So if we look right here at 9:30, here's our 9:30 bar. We were already achieving and had achieved first target here on the ES, and we were already inside of a series of targets from the Globex session. So it's always important to know kind of where you're starting your day off with. For me, I was looking for something more substantial to the downside. I always want to try to get a better price for my entry if I'm going to go long, and get a better price for my shorts. So either way, it didn't dip at all, as we can see. So I personally was not willing to jump in and chase anything. So it did, of course, and this is something we lay out pretty consistently. We have a rubber band right here that was, again, it was part of the pre-market scenario, which is fine, but it doesn't change the rules of kind of how they orchestrate to go from one scenario to the next and so on. And as you can see here at our 9:35 candle, it just blew right through the rubber band. And again, just in an ideal world, I'm always looking for it to at least retest the rubber band, and preferably even better if we can get it. But say la vie, it never did that. So it did that, and then we posted this guy. And it's just a big deal decision point. I'd made a key point in the room of just saying there's nothing you can do about this level. So don't necessarily try to trade off of it directly, but let's just watch it and just everybody put it in your notes and have an understanding. Because again, if you go back to any of the previous videos, we've been discussing this 69.69 for what, 3, 4, 5 days now.
Yeah.
So it's it's not officially done because they haven't, in a big picture concept, they really haven't gotten, but we're only 11 points higher. So we're not like well outside of this concept, but either way, they're still kind of fighting this number. So anyhow, I personally was able to get some shorts on once we got up to this resistance level. And again, we had this posted at 8:05 this morning. So we knew that no matter what happened, this zone here that we kind of highlighted, and it was a bit of a larger zone than typical. But either way, uh, this is going to be a hard one to get through if they can at all. So either way, I was able to personally get some shorts on back to the first target of that scenario. As it came back, it didn't come up high enough to take out any of the remaining positions. So as it came back again, I took more off down here at 11:25, and then I was actually just talking to Bob. I was like, once this happened, and I took profit twice at the exact same level, I was done. I was like, clearly they're not trying to make the move to the downside, but we have cleared the 69. So either way, I just wasn't personally willing to do much more in the ES at that point.
I think Big Chief caught your.
Not that that changes anything.
I think Big Chief caught that same short.
He did, yeah. He said he was tearing in. So I taught a couple of folks just like a tearing in concept, and yeah, he said he tiered in and got this one short for 8 points, which again, by the standards of most people trading the ES, if you can get 8 points a day, you're doing really well. So either way, good for Big Chief. But yeah, like, I guess what I was saying is it doesn't change anything, right? Like the levels are what they are, the price is what the price is, and as you can see, even having called it out so early in the day, what's our high of the day, right? Just 2 ticks, maybe a tick, yeah, 1 tick higher than the resistance level that we had talked about. So here we are. We really haven't committed one direction or the other. So we did, however, I did want to make it clear that in the event, because you always need to know like what's the possibility if maybe a has to hold doesn't hold, or a resistance actually gets pushed through, etc. So we did post some additional targets to the upside, nearing yet another major decision point that the market needs to take into effect here. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, we want to make sure that people are aware that if we go through, it may not be by much. We're talking 4 points just to get to the first target. So, and you'll see that frequently. Like they'll throw out that kind of stuff just to get people off guard, and they'll wick it up real fast, hit the the first target of the next scenario, and then drop it and get back below the resistance level. So it's just good to know, what are the possibilities so you can kind of gauge your risk reward. Yeah, that's pretty much it on the ES. And then again, NQ, very similar, unless you literally stepped into the room and just clicked buy. It was a lot of the same stuff. The pre-market had already blown through a minor has to hold. So that was already over and done before we got here. And then it just really took off, ripped. It didn't actually rip through the hurdle, did it? Yeah, it kind of paused here at the hurdle, went up just a couple points, pulled back, and then just didn't obviously get any legs to the downside. Now, we did state on the NQ that right here at 25,800, at that level, while it wasn't attached to like a series of targets. And again, I know we've done this in videos in the past, but sometimes they'll just sort of throw one of those out there. And what I just make a point of it, I just use it as a rubber band because it reacts. And that's the idea. That level will react in the exact same way as a rubber band. And you can see here at 10:15, what did it do? Came back and tagged that rubber band as it came up here and couldn't quite get through the decision point initially at 847. So yeah, we had the run up, dropped from 847 back to the rubber band, and then they decided, yes, we actually do want to go up. And of course, they haven't really, if I just extend this over, we haven't really been meaningfully below that decision point just yet. So that's that. Did I take anything on the NQ? I did. I took this rubber band. I took it short on the NQ because I knew I'd missed the long. I was super late to doing anything this morning on the long side, so I just waited. Finally took some off. That was my day. 2 shorts, one from a resistance, one from a rubber band. And that was kind of it.
Yeah, that NQ rubber band paid 3 or 4 times. Good 30, 40 points.
Yeah, I think the level, let me see if I got the actual number. 928 is what we called out. So yeah, same thing if I were to just draw a line through the number we gave in the room. Again, never looking at the bodies. We never got to close one time above that rubber band. So now we're stuck. We're stuck between the necessary price of going up and the necessary price of going down. So obviously they'll pick, and we'll find out tomorrow which one they sided with. But overall, I give this day just a 5 out of 10, just for my own personal trading. Again, I like to see the market commit, pull back, give the better price, and then go. And sometimes it just doesn't give it to me.
Such is life.
Such is life. It's okay, though. You get the good days, right? That's the idea. The days that it just reacts exactly the way that you're hoping. You're not chasing it. You let it commit, comes back to you. You've already got your price sitting there waiting for it, and then takes you from there. Those are funny. Like, those are the days you have to remember to hold on to the trade. Like, you may have gotten in on the pullback, but don't give it up, man.
Right.
Hold on. Go for the ride.
Well, tomorrow's Tuesday. A little preview. We got some medium news. This consumer confidence at 10. It says President Trump speaking about something at 2. So watch your P's and Q's there, because the market tends to go crazy sometimes. But yeah, just medium news tomorrow. So.
Yeah. Now that the ES is back above this 69.69, that'll be interesting to see yeah, what are they gonna commit to next? So we'll have to see how Globex goes.
Yeah, and Wednesday I think we have FOMC funds rate, so could be some fireworks in the afternoon
Yeah,
on Wednesday. So sometimes Tuesday tends to get super quiet before that, but I look back at my stats and I used to think, oh, just don't trade the day before, but I actually do pretty good stat wise. So
hmm
I stopped giving myself
yeah. I find that
those
they pre-position themselves.
yeah. I stopped giving myself those arbitrary rules. Don't trade on a Friday. Well, it turns out I do pretty good on Fridays. So
I say if I were to pick a day, it'd probably be Monday.
yeah,
I would just avoid trading Mondays.
yeah,
Even though, like, if you looked at today, right? Yeah, it was a lot of movement, and it was great range, but still, like, I don't know. I don't do as good on Mondays as I do on Fridays.
yeah. Okay, well,
Well, there you go, guys. 15 minutes in the market. There you have it.
there you have it.